Hey everybody, this is Amy. Let's stick with the plan. Today we're going to talk about how, if you're a believer, you have some authority. Stay right here, I'll explain. Thanks so much for joining me today. Just thinking about if we believe in Jesus Christ, then there's some power that goes with that. There's authority in His name. Looking in the book of Matthew in chapter 28 and verse 18, Jesus is speaking here, and He says, "All authority has been given unto me." All authority in heaven and in earth was given unto Jesus. Then we see in the book of Luke, chapter 10 and verse 19, He says, "Now I give you the power to trample on serpents and scorpions and all the powers of the enemy, and nothing by any means shall harm you." Well, looking at this empowers the believer. It also reminded me of a story of a friend of ours. He had just gotten born again. He was ex-military and a former football high school coach. And he was still rough around the edges. But he was just learning about his authority as a new believer. And there was some sickness that tried to come into his house. So we were giving him some books to help him mature in the Lord and learned what belonged to him. And he read Brother Hagin's book, The Believer's Authority. And this story is kind of funny. They were traveling. It was my husband, Jay, and our friend, and they were going to a UK football game. And our friend just started saying, "I'm just so stirred up about my authority." And he told my husband this prayer that he had prayed. He said, I just realized the devil shouldn't even be in my house. He said, so he's all fired up, and I told you he's freshly born again. His mouth wasn't cleaned up yet. I'm going to abbreviate the cuss words for you. But this is what he said. He said, "I told that D-devil to get the H out of my house. I'm not going to put up with his S any longer." Well, when Jay told me this story, my eyes got that big. I said, "Can you pray that way?" And Jay said, "Well, Amy, if you're going to cuss anybody, you can cuss the devil." But we have authority as a believer. That we should be upset if something's coming into our life to try to steal the blessings of God from us, our life, our health, our peace, our happiness. We should look at that as the enemy and quickly want rid of it. I was reminded of another story. When I was a little baby, my parents told me this story. We were living near Cincinnati. My dad was going to Chase Law School, and they would travel home on the weekends to see their family. Well, this one weekend they decided to stay in their apartment. And in the middle of the night, my dad heard the little trinkets in the windowsill being moved down off the windowsill. And he said he just, got up in a rage because I was a small baby, just asleep in the next room. And he looked and he saw a man just crawling in the kitchen window. Well, he just ran to that man and tried to get a hold of his arm. He said he just barely got a hold of him. The man was able to slip out the window. And my dad said, "It's a good thing I didn't get my hands on him. There's no telling what I would have done." But you could just feel that when an enemy tries to come in your house, when someone who doesn't belong there is trying to get into your home to try to harm you or steal from you, it feels so wrong. You feel so violated that you would take force to get rid of that intruder. That's the same way in our life. When the enemy, we know what John 10:10 says about him. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. When you find him trying to steal your finances, steal your health, just rise up on the inside. Begin to declare what's yours. Take your authority as a believer in Jesus Christ and go ahead, trample over all the powers of darkness, all the powers of the enemy. Proclaim your peace, your freedom, your health, your financial security, whatever you need. Be bold and take your authority in the name of Jesus. That's sticking with the plans God has for you. You don't have time to put up with any enemies in your life. God's given us the power to trample over him. Thank you so much for joining me today. All of your comments, your likes, your shares. You know that you are just part of our team. You're helping us get out this good news. If there's a friend that's struggling, that just needs a help in their walk, be sure, share this with them. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel because every week we have a brand new video coming out just for you. I'll see you next Thursday.